Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Current blood sugar is 4.4. Maybe I overdid it by giving that extra unit. I have no more active insulin, so I'm not too worried about going down anymore. Fully calibrated here. Basal rates have stopped. All delivery of insulin has stopped because I'm below the threshold, so it's all looking fairly good. But I probably won't give another. Yesterday, if you remember, or yesterday when I recorded, probably about 3 days ago, my blood sugar was 3.9. So early in the morning, I don't need anything. I think during the night, we might need to change where I need to sit. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. So, I don't want to repeat of yesterday. So I'll have breakfast, maybe hold off and giving my bolus until I get up. I am starting to creep up. I'm up at 4.6. I'll be up at 5.9 and above shortly. Who knows? Okay. Time and range 49. 49. We're kind of getting a little bit better. Sorry, just have an itch on my side. Oh, there. 49, 2% below. You see, when this starts going down, your average sugar in millimoles drops too. I'm no longer a double digit, which is good. I don't want to be 4.4, but sometimes you just end up, wasn't picking my nose, I had an itch right here. Okay, fine. So, what I want to talk to you today is all about cinnamon. And cinnamon, does it do anything for a type 1 diabetic? I don't know if it does. We'll have to take a look. So we'll be right back to discuss, does cinnamon have an effect on type 1 diabetic? Stay tuned. Okay, there, if you type in cinnamon and diabetes on your phone or your laptop or your iPad, whatever, you'll get inundated with people who say it does a lot, it doesn't do anything. So, who to believe? I don't know. Early on in this channel, I did a video about cinnamon. And after that, one day when I was trying to come up with a question to stump my endo or my diabetic nurse, I asked about, does cinnamon work? Well, I hate to tell you, for type 1 diabetes, no, it doesn't. Absolutely not. So if there are any benefits to cinnamon, it has to be with type 2. Though though my doctor and my diabetic nurse both have said that there's been no decisive information leading to cinnamon helps, because it would be given to all diabetics all over the world. Is it? No, it isn't. But there are people who back it up, and I would have to say, speak to your doctor about it, because I will not go out and just get cinnamon, have cinnamon. There were tests, and they list a whole bunch of tests. But, cinnamon also helps thyroid conditions. It's kind of like they're throwing cinnamon, saying cinnamon does this, and how cinnamon is the cure-all. Well, for type 1 diabetes, it doesn't do anything. And I think this is because if cinnamon does help type 2s, it's because they still produce insulin, and it may, and there's no real definite studies that have proven either way, help in diabetics being cured, or not cured, but lower blood sugar. And type 2s still produce some of their own insulin, so it may help with insulin resistance. Type 1 insulin resistance really isn't our issue. For us, it seems to be the amount of insulin in our bodies. Type 1 and type 2 are really two separate diseases. One maybe could be modified with the amount of insulin we produce. The other, we don't produce any. Now, for type 1s, there's been no proof about cinnamon. A couple of years ago, it was blueberries. And everyone wants natural cures. Well, that's wonderful, but I don't think just because you have to have 3 milligrams, 3 milligrams, 6 milligrams, or 9 milligrams was one of the studies in China, and how it all worked better than those who had a placebo. I don't know. But what are you going to do? So, if someone tells you, you really should try cinnamon for type 1 diabetes, it's not going to help us. So, pretty well, don't follow it, don't believe it. There are people online who constantly say, you should try cinnamon, and how cinnamon does a great job. Let me see if I can find her so I can give credit to the channel.
Want to make that?
Let's I just want Mary Come on. Her last name is Comeau. She made the excuse me. She made the point in one of her videos where someone said, Well, just take extra cinnamon and miraculously your diabetes will disappear. Well, first of all, no one's saying that for type 2s that cinnamon's going to help and cure them. There has been shown evidence better of blood sugars, but I don't necessarily think it's the cinnamon itself. I think maybe people are watching what they eat more, they're eating healthier food options. It's hard to do a blind taste test between someone who's taking cinnamon and those who aren't. But for type 1s, don't waste your money. I'm not a doctor. I don't prescribe. You need to speak to your own endocrinologist and find out, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? My chances are, though, it's not going to work. For all the stuff I have had with my type 1 diabetes, and over the years, my highs, my lows, no one has ever suggested cinnamon. They have suggested growth hormones, type 2 medications, but never, oh, cinnamon will be your answer to everything. With people who have had diabetes for years, I think cinnamon or natural food options would have been at the top of the list for years. And all of a sudden, people are finding that cinnamon works wonders. I'm a little kind of iffy about that choice. Sorry. From what I've read, it sounds an awful lot like, oh, no, we'll just keep quiet about it. For type 1s, cinnamon, don't waste your money. Now, you are going to hear this phrase with a number of cures that come out of the woodwork, or so-called cures, is that Big Pharma doesn't want you to know. Well, you know what? I think Big Pharma would be issuing cinnamon pills and trying to make money off of that. But you don't see that. So chances are that tells you it's not going to work. So there's all these little independent studies. There hasn't been a major study. So for type 1 diabetes, stay away from purchasing cinnamon. No test has shown it has proven to be effective. Type 2 diabetes, the jury's kind of still out there. Speak to your own endo. And with that, we're going to call it a day. A nice little short video today. Have a super day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.